Morning, friends. Welcome to the farm. There's a story that I wanted to talk about. Last week we were talking about my early days in the mortuary, and that there were some funny things that happened in the mortuary. And the one thing was the lights. They had these old-fashioned lights, like a switch outside. You'd like switch it on. It's like a brass switch, and those lights used to get like faulty, and they wouldn't work. The lights wouldn't come on. And the fridges, we had 6 fridges there, and those fridges used to sort of work when they wanted to work. And when you got bodies in it, you have to obviously keep it cold. And so then they'd call the electricians out, they check everything, and these guys can't find anything wrong with it. Nothing wrong. Yes, then these guys would go, and as they leave, an hour or two later, the fridges, and they'd all come back on again. And they'd do this often. I remember them coming out there and checking it so many times. And now, I'm going to tell a story now that I was told by Dion Wilson. And those of you know Dion Wilson. He was a bald-headed CID policeman, but he had this like hair coming out of his neck. He was a very hairy-chested oak. But Dion was telling me the story. Skulk Skeppers, Colonel, you're on my friends list. You can confirm it. Maybe Dion was telling us a long story. But he's just one night, himself and Skulk brought in a body, and they took it to the morgue, and they stopped outside the mortuary doors, and you had to walk through the mortuary to go switch the lights on the other side. You walk across like what they called the bath. And so Dion went inside, and he went to go switch on the light, and Skulk was coming behind him. Well, that's what Dion thought. And Dion says he got to just about where the light was, and he says Skulk gave him a slap from hell. He says, yes, it was a clap and a half. He says, yes, and he flicked Skulk, and he switched the light on, and he looked behind him, and he was alone in the mortuary, and Skulk was outside having a cigarette. And he says he got such a fright, they just left the body in the van. Well, that's how I remember it. The Skulk, you'll have to confirm that. I don't know if but that's the story I heard. So that mortuary had some funny things that happened there. So and like I was talking last week, Mark McCormack, myself, we had the run-in with a walking ghost, I think, or whatever, something like that. Also in the Richmond area. But Richmond was quite a lively place, and a lot of death happened in that place. So anyway, that's my ghost story for the week. And got a couple more, but we'll save them for other days. Anyway, you guys have a lekker day. It's flipping awesome after the rain. The grass, you can hear it growing. I cut that bank yesterday, and cutting grass again. Here we go. As summer comes along, you got to get fit with that lawnmower. Have a good day. Cheers, bye.